all right. We're here now. We're in the Royal Purple area. You guys have been following Royal Purple. They had a lot to do with Square Body Syndicate. Joe's Trucks here in the Royal Purple booth. If you followed the one and done video that we put together, Royal Purple is a big sponsor involved with that build, that Del S motor. You're running a new motor, we're going to talk to Royal Purple. So we've got Scott Critchell, and he's going to talk about guys that run old motors. If you're running your original stock motor, if you're looking at upgrading, and how Royal Purple can help you out. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
So what can you tell us? Guy's running his old 350 small block motor.
Sure.
He's got his 1972 Chevy, and he's always looking to make sure he takes care of that motor. Okay. Should he be running a Royal Purple synthetic? What should he be doing?
Depends on what he's designed, what he set out to do.
Okay.
What he wanted to do for that, with that vehicle, that motor. If it's jacked up, where he's going with it, so on and so forth. Whatever the condition that he set out.
Grandpa's truck, he got it from him.
Okay.
Daily driver.
Perfect.
Or weekend type driver.
Perfect. What he's received is a motor that's probably got gunk and varnish in the inside of that motor. What he needs to do, truly, would be to rebuild it.
Okay.
But he doesn't have time, so on and so forth. If he puts synthetic oil in there, we're going to cause some leaks.
Okay.
Whether it's me or a competitor. But what happens is that gunk and varnish gets caught up in that valve cover, and it's going to move that item that's not
built up.
That's not. It's holding back like a flood.
Okay.
Okay. So as he moves that with synthetic oil, it's going to go into his oil filter, and that crease is going to become, and it's going to start to leak, and now we're going to look like the bad guys. Okay. What he needs to do is really, when that starts to leak, replace the valve cover gaskets. You should be good to go.
Oil pan. You know,
there's going to be some leaking because synthetic oil wants to go everywhere to lubricate. That's its job. And it's also a cleaner. So it's going to clean the inside of that engine, but it's going to lubricate any component it can find.
So mineral oil, they're building up a big, thick layer.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
it's old. We've seen it. You've seen it on the top of your intake. You've seen it all over your oil pan.
Exactly.
It's a thicker. So if you're thinking about upgrading, you're going to run a synthetic, then like Scott said, we need to consider maybe replacing some gaskets, rebuild that motor. Now, what about the guys who are...
And then when he does rebuild that motor, we've got a product that we're really, really proud to have, and it's a break-in oil.
Okay.
It's mineral-based. It's 10W30, but we infuse it with zinc phosphorus. That helps that good coating action, so we get into the motor, lubricate it, and then it's like a pre-lubrication, and then about 1,000 miles, drain that out. You can start with any of our product and we're already ready to go.
So break in and then go to the synthetic and you're ready to go.
Exactly.
Now what about the guys that are, a lot of guys like to do now is the resto mod style, or they're going to upgrade to an LS motor. It's very popular within the C10 culture.
Absolutely.
So we get a 03, 04 LS motor. We're putting it in a 5.3 in an old truck, you know, the truck Grandpa gave us.
There you go.
Now, what should they do?
Most of the time, guys have already flipped to synthetic. If it's got another brand in there, drain it out, put us in there. Now we can really do the job that you want us to do, and that's the three things that we tell everybody. We gain horsepower, we gain torque, we will gain fuel economy.
Okay.
And you'll feel it in your foot, in your butt.
Okay, so they want to switch it over. Is there something that they should do with that old block before they put in a synthetic? Is there something they should run?
If you can, well, you're not, I mean, yeah, you could clean it out with some, you know, we used to use tranny fluid.
Okay.
That'll clean a lot of stuff out. Water, I mean, that's excellent. Steam gets everything clean. So you got to be very careful with it.
Okay.
But most things now are injected, so you're not going to get water into that injector system. You really want to take it to the machine shop, take it out, take it to the machine shop, let him do what he's supposed to do. And that's tear down that block, steam that block, get it nice and clean, give it back to you, and then you can start your rebuild, and you can use our break-in oil, and then you can apply our stuff. It's a process.
So what about the rest of the truck? So the guy with the LS is running a synthetic. Now he wants to take care of the rest of his truck. He wants to lube the chassis. He's got a rear depth that he's got to take care of.
We've got that.
Okay,
we have everything from the radiator to the fuel cell and all parts in between. So we've got purple flush to flush that radiator. Then you can condition the radiator fluid with our purple ice. That'll keep the temperature down. We can do all the engine components. We can do all the transmission. We can do the rear end. And now we have products for that go into the fuel cell, whether it's a diesel or it's a gas. We've got a product for it. We got it.
Now, I think probably the number one question is, when should guys change their oil? Whether they're running, let's say they're running a mineral base, what do you recommend? A guy with your experience working for Napa, long history.
Sure.
When should guys change their oil? I know it probably depends on how much they're driving that truck.
It depends.
What about synthetic?
If it's a daily driver, if it's mineral based, I would, nobody ever reads that book. It's called an owner's manual, least read book in the world.
Yeah.
It is. And for the second largest investment you ever made.
Yeah.
If you think about it. But if it's an iron block, we used to go 5,000 miles with no problem at all. The oils have gotten better regardless if it's a mineral based or a synthetic. But the technology today in oil is outstanding.
What about the guy who, a lot of our guys, obviously we're a C10 show, we love C10s, but we have daily drivers that probably aren't C10s, or we're pulling our C10 with a big truck, big block,
trailer,
Duramax.
Whatever.
What about changing our oil on our daily driver?
I would say you can go 10,000, 12,000. Use a premium filter. We offer those. Some of the Napa offers a premium filter. O'Reilly's does. All the parts stores have good filters. Use a good filter. I tend to tell people to go 10,000 miles. It's just kind of a number that you can stay with. But you're not. At 10,000, you're not pulling over the side of the road and going, "Oh God, I got to change my oil." That's not going to happen. Okay. Your wife, your buddy, "Hey man, did you get your oil change?" "Oh dang, I forgot." "Oh dang, Well, now I went 12,000.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got time. You got a little time. We go grace period.
Right.
Okay.
So even 15,000, but I use 10 as a good parameter. And our oil will go that with no problem at all.
Okay.
But if you don't put 10,000 miles on a car yearly, we recommend at least once a year to change your oil because of moisture. Moisture does build up regardless of wherever you live. We want to make sure we get clean oil to all those mechanics. So change it once a year for the value that you got. You've put a lot of money in the truck, a lot of money into the motor. Oil's cheap.
All right, guys. If you're running less than 10,000 for the year, get your oil changed. Do it once a year. For your daily, if you're running 10,000 or if you're hitting 10,000, you got synthetic. I do 10,000. Helps me. It's easy to remember.
Exactly.
Every 5,000, rotate my tires, and every 10,000, change my oil.
Exactly.
So keeps the numbers on.
And it's a routine.
It makes it easy for me. So,
exactly.
All right, Scott. Appreciate it. Royal Purple, guys. Thanks, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.